Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AYNOL NAJMI FATEH bin Ahmad RAFAAI and my metric number is A19A0075 and my group partner is Syed Muhammad AKRAM bin Syed Muhammad RADZI and metric number is A19A0920 and we are from group 25. Our research title is Sustainable Development Opportunities and SMEs Business Success in Malaysia. Next. So now I will present about the chapter 1, which is 1.1 is retail industry sector. Retailers typically have market locations where goods and services are exchanged. There are various types of markets such as traditional market squares. Secondly is what levels of SMEs business success in Malaysia. And the third is there a relationship exists between sustainable development opportunities and SMEs business in success in Malaysia. The second thing is medium-sized industries, which is SMEs. Small and medium-sized enterprise SMEs are non-subsidiaries, independent firms which employ fewer than a given number of employees. Some industrial economies countries have thrived in this period of globalization due to the development of small and medium-sized enterprise SMEs business in this country. So this number varies across countries. The most frequent upper limit designating an SMEs is 250 employees as in the European Union. Next is about research question, which is the first is what level of sustainable development opportunities exist among services SMEs in Malaysia. Secondly is what levels of SMEs business success in Malaysia. The third is there a relationship exists between sustainable development opportunities and SMEs business success in Malaysia. And the next is a research objective, which is to determine level of sustainable development opportunities among services SMEs in Malaysia, to determine levels of SMEs business success in Malaysia, and to examine the relationship exists between sustainable development opportunities and SMEs business success in Malaysia. Moreover, I will talk about hypothesis. There is a positive and significant relationship exists between sustainable development opportunities and SMEs business success in Malaysia. The next is significance of the studies, which is this study will be able to aid in the formulation of lessons on the relationship between how sustainable development opportunities excellence SMEs business success objectively. So next is about limitation of the study. The main limitation of many studies as well as their studies is that they rely on cross-sectional results that are already replicated. So the next is about definitions of terms. Strong development opportunities are opportunities to preserve the natural and communal environment as well as provided development benefits to others.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. My name is Muhammad AKRAM bin Muhammad RADZI. My trick number is A19E0920. Okay, for my presentation is chapter 2, literature review. The study describes the relationship between sustainable development opportunity and SME business success in Malaysia. This chapter review literature on three main issues in evaluating the above relationship. First, the definition of sustainable development opportunity and SME business success. Second, the other of sustainable development opportunity and SME business success. Third, the relationship between sustainable development opportunity and SME business success. Okay, next for the level of sustainable development opportunity, according to MC Mullen and Superherd 2006. Sustainable development opportunity have several stages. The first stage of entrepreneurial action theory. We offer a model to explain the various across entrepreneurs in their capability to organize the third party sustainable development opportunity. The first level is sustainable development opportunity and social outcome. Second, sustainable development opportunity and economic outcome. And third, sustainable development opportunity and environmental outcome. Okay, for the level of SME business success, problems faced by SMEs such as price inflation, changes in business trend, structure, and so on. Currently, we can see that various policy and program at ministry, agency, and state government level has been implemented to increase the growing of SME to keep pace with the success of larger company that we have been operating in Malaysia. The level is SME business success in social, SME business success is in environmental, and third is SME business success in economy. Okay, for the retail SME, moderating variable, thus the wholesale and retail sector have contributed financially to the development of the Malaysian economy. The resilience and sustainability of business in this sector remain critical issue to move forward. For the data we got is for two category, manufacturing and service and other sector. First, for the manufacturing, sell to over from 300,000 to less than 50 million, or employer from 5 to less than 75. For medium enterprise, sell to over from RM 50 million to not exceeding 50 million, or employer from 75 to not exceeding 200. Category for service and other sectors, sell turnover from RM 300,000 to less than 3 million, or employer from 5 to less than 30. For the medium enterprise, sell turnover from RM 3 million to not exceeding RM 20 million, or employer from 30 not exceeding 75. Okay, for the conceptual framework for independent variable sustainable development opportunity, for the moderating variable is type of SME. For the dependent variable SME business success. What we can see, the framework indicate the relationship between sustainable development opportunity and small and medium enterprise SME business success in Malaysia. Sustainable development opportunity and small and medium enterprise SME business success have a good linkage between them. The relationship is indicated by the relationship between the sustainable development opportunity and small medium enterprise SME business success.
And now we will move to the chapter 3, which is the main of the study are to identify level of sustainable development opportunities among SMEs in Malaysia. The secondly is to identify level of small medium enterprise SMEs business success in Malaysia. And the third is to examine relationship between sustainable development opportunities and small medium enterprise SMEs business success in Malaysia.
So now we will move to table 2, which is Craig C and Morgan table, which is this table is for determining sample size of known populations. So N is stand for population size and S is a sample size, which is from the sources of Craig C and Morgan 1970.
The next is a research design, which is the researchers choose the descriptive correlations as the appropriate design of this study. The next is sampling frame, which is the types of the SMEs list in the directory of the SMEs Corp Malaysia SME Corp 2013 will be extracted from services sector of SMEs in Selangor. Next is about populations. All the type of SMEs organization registers under SMEs Corp Malaysia according to Department of Statistics Malaysia 2021. Next is about sample size. Based on Cohen 1997, the larger of the sample, the smaller the error, and the greater the precision of the result. The next is construct and source, which is sustainable development opportunities and social outcomes, sustainable development opportunities and economic outcomes, and the last is sustainable development opportunities, environmental outcomes.
And next is table 3, which is construct and sources, which is there is 3 sections of this. The section A, the description is entrepreneurial quality, which is there is 4 points. First is innovativeness, second is risk taker, the third is proactiveness, and the fourth is ambitious. And the second one, which is section B, is the description is about sustainable performance of services of SMEs. The third, the point for this sustainable performance is social, environmental, economic, and lastly is ecological. And the last one, the last section, which is section C, which is the types of SME. All the statements in the questionnaire will be prepared in the English language, although the 3 instruments selected for this study have shown to have substantive construct validity and reliability, but they have not been tested in Malaysia as organizational contests. Therefore, to secure the internal validity of the study, the reliabilities of all the instruments will be tested during the pilot test.
Next is about definition of SMEs business, which is SMEs business success in social. After that is SMEs business success in environmental, and last but not least is SMEs business success in economic. And for the last, D is about plan for data analysis, which is research objective is to determine level of sustainable development opportunities among services in SMEs in Malaysia. And secondly is to determine level of SMEs business success in Malaysia. And the third is to examine the relationship exists between sustainable development opportunities and SMEs business success in Malaysia. So that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Lastly is table 4, which is plan for data analysis. There is a 5 section, which is the first is research objective, to determine levels of entrepreneurial quality among services SMEs in Malaysia. The second research objective is to determine levels of sustainable performance among services SMEs in Malaysia. And the third and lastly of the research objective is to examine if relationship exists between entrepreneurial quality and sustainable performance among services SMEs in Malaysia. And the second thing is about variable, which is the first is levels defined as a relative degree of achievement intensity or concentrations. The second variable is independent variable, evaluate in the terms of its predictive power and to see how much variance independent variable they are able to explain. And lastly is associations independent variable, evaluate in terms of its predictive power. So next is about measurement, which is the first is a statement related to the level of the entrepreneurial quality among services SMEs in Malaysia. The second is a statement related to the levels of sustainable performance among services SMEs in Malaysia. And the third of the measurement is measure the associations of entrepreneurial quality and sustainable performance of services SMEs. So for the scale, the first is interval, the second is interval, and the third is also interval. So the lastly is I will talk about statistic, which is the firstly is descriptive. Statistic means median, standard deviations, minimum, maximum, skewness, kurtosis. The secondly of statistic is descriptive statistic, which is mean, median, standard deviations, minimum, maximum, skewness, and kurtosis. Lastly is about multiple linear regression, which is the short form is we call MLR. So that's all from me.